Hello everybody, I'm going to do a cheerleading coaching video trying to give some tips on preparing for competitions. Hopefully there's some insightful things that will help you prepare your team for a routine and help you to be a better coach. The thing I'm going to talk about is preparing your team for a competition and trying to get as good execution as possible on the competition day. Now, the most important thing is you have to know your own team's ability and structure your routine based on their ability. 3 weeks out from competition, your main aim needs to be, by the end of that night or the third training session before competition, making sure your team can 100% hit the whole routine with 0 deductions, having a full run through. Now, if you're not able to do that, you have to change your routine so that you can do it. It's very important. The last thing you want to do going into competition is have athletes stress about not being able to do a tumble pass or a stunt. They will not be able to give their best performance and they'll be worried for the whole day. At the end of the day, this is a sport that is meant to be enjoyable for our athletes and for ourselves, and we want to make it as easy as possible for our athletes to do their best performance and put in their best effort. So try to take as much stress out of the situation as you can by choreographing a routine that your team is able to achieve and perform successfully a lot of the time. No one's perfect, but you want to give yourself the best chance at doing a routine with 0 deductions. I want to give a shout out to all the teams, all the cheerleading organizations across the world that are giving stamps out to the teams that receive 0 deductions. For me, that's such a great initiative to encourage teams to get 0 deductions and perform safe routines that are well executed. Now, to me, I give out more respect to those teams who get those stamps with 0 deductions than any other teams on the day. I don't care if you're grand champions of the whole competition or you win your division or whatever. What I really want to see is teams hitting 0 deductions, doing safe routines, and giving a lot of energy in their performances. Okay, so let's go back to how you're going to do this. 3 weeks out of competition, you are going to re-choreograph your routine to make sure every single athlete can perform each part of the routine that they have to. If there's someone who has to do a full up and 5 jumps and then goes to their corner pass and then they haven't got the energy to do their tumble run in that training session, they're probably not going to be able to do it in the actual routine. They might be able to do it at the start of training from the corner before they've done all the rest of the other things in their pass, in their routine. But if they're not able to do all the elements put together, you need to make it easier for them so when all the elements come together, they're going to be able to do it. So, re-choreograph anything that your team struggles to do. Make it easier for them. If they're not hitting a full up to the top, maybe make it like a full up to prep and then push it up. There's always like something that you can do. Like that's just a simple example of something you can do. Like if someone has to do a really good tumble pass but they're too tired, maybe let them not do jumps or not do do a stunt beforehand so they got that extra energy. It's up to you as a coach to figure out what that thing is that's going to be able to enable your athlete to complete everything in their routine. Like you're putting the pieces together of the puzzle in a way that allows everyone to do their best. That's your job as a choreographer and a coach. Now, you want to make sure by the end of that training session, every single person in your team knows exactly what they're going to do in that run through that you're hitting 100%. And then you are not going to change your routine again until after the next competition. This will make sure that if you have athletes away 1 or 2 weeks before competition, they already know what they're going to do and they've already practiced it. You don't want to be on the morning of the competition trying to teach somebody something new and trying to change the routine when you're not able to practice it. There's already a chance that someone on your team, even when you've done this, will be away, will be sick, will be injured, just won't show up. And that's already going to cause enough stress trying to change the routine without having to put the extra stress of learning new skills or re-choreographing when you don't have to in the 2 weeks before comp. Now, it's also going to give you the chance to let your athletes practice a routine that they know they can execute. If they get 2 weeks of being able to practice that whole routine that they already know they can execute, they're going to be able to improve their performance, their confidence, and the energy they put out on the floor. That's going to be really good. You're going to take a lot of stress out of the situation. You're going to have a lot of happy athletes. If you're working for a boss, your boss is going to be happy because all your kids are happy. Everything's going to be good. So in those weeks leading up to comp, try to run through that whole routine like at least a few times in a training session. I would do at least 2 times for teams that I've coached. If you've got like more elite teams, you could probably do a few more run-throughs. But like most of the teams that I do, only train once a week or twice a week. So it's like, especially if you've got a team that only trains once a week, you really want to make sure that you give them you finish that routine early and give them extra time to practice the whole routine because they're going to need it. That's all I'll say for now. They will need time to actually practice the execution of the routine. It's not something you can say to your team, oh, go out there and hit everything. I know you can do it. It doesn't work like that. If your team is going to hit everything, perform a safe routine, they need to practice executing their routine. Now, if you're doing run-throughs, think about it. If you're doing run-throughs with your team and they're not executing everything, are you practicing like you should be? Are you practicing executing your routine? Or are you practicing making mistakes? If you keep on doing run-throughs where your team is doing deductions at training, what are you actually making them practice? You're making them practice making mistakes. That's not what you want to practice. You want to practice executing. You want to practice good performance. You want to practice safe tumbling and safe stunting. And if you are executing in your run-throughs in training, then you're practicing in the right way. Always remember that leading into a competition, you want to be practicing in the right way, not the wrong way. And it will make it a lot easier for your team to do a better performance on the competition day. Also, leading into those 1 and 2 weeks before comp, you want to be reassuring your athletes as much as you can that you're proud of the effort that they've put in. You're proud of the effort that they're still putting in, and you're going to be proud of them no matter what happens on the comp day. Because you've seen now at training that they've practiced really hard, they've got a routine that they can execute, and they're practicing executing that routine at training. They're doing everything they're meant to. You can be proud of them. On the competition floor, if things go wrong, because like a lot of things can happen on competition day, there's a big crowd, there's a lot of pressure that might be coming from parents or that athletes are putting on themselves. As a coach, take that pressure off them and reassure them that you will be proud of them no matter what. That what you are really looking for as a coach is athletes who just try their best, and you can see at training, because they've been executing routines at training, they've been practicing, that you are already proud of them. They have done everything that they could have possibly done to prepare for this competition, and no matter what, on the day, you're going to support them and they're all going to support each other. Number one, most important thing leading up to a competition and entering the competition, everybody supports each other. Let your athletes know that. That way no one has to be overly sad if they stuff up. Because everyone makes mistakes. I can't think of like the last routine I did where I did not make a mistake. Even when I'm doing like filling in for level 2 routines, I still make mistakes. It's just like, it's a part of life. You just got to give yourself the best chance at doing your own personal best. Perform You've got to choreograph a routine that matches your students' ability a long way up from comp. Let them practice that routine and execute everything, and then go into competition day with them being proud of themselves so they've put in their best effort. That's the end for today. If you like this video, I might do some more and give some more tips. If it doesn't, and everyone's really liking it that much, then I probably won't do any, or I'll just like leave it on private or something. But yeah, hopefully that helps, and hopefully that gives some people some strategies on how to structure their training and their choreography leading into competitions. Take care. Peace. Bye.